Canada is such a beautiful place to live in, and it has been always ranked as one of the top places to live in the world in terms of security, lifestyle, job, and housing. But is it really all rainbows and roses? In this video, I'm gonna share with you all the challenges, or we can call them disadvantages, or the dark side of living in Canada. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here or planning to come to Canada soon, this is the channel that you should follow. I make lots of videos and content about lifestyle, Canada, immigration, visas, and anything that could help you. Without any further ado, let's dive right into it. One of the main challenges here in Canada is relocation within Canada. As you may know, Canada is such a huge country, especially for a new immigrant that who doesn't have or establish a deep-rooted base here. When you come here, you're just wondering where you're gonna start your career, where do you wanna live. You need to consider a few factors in terms of job employment, houses, salaries, etc, etc. I'm gonna share my personal story as an example so you can understand and relate. So when I moved from Ontario to Alberta because I found a job in Alberta, and I lived in Alberta for a few years, and after that I found a job in Vancouver, so I had to leave Alberta and move to Vancouver. So you probably got the idea here. Because the country is huge, you cannot just keep living in your space, keep living in your house. You have the same friends or the same landlord, or you go to the same family doctor. So when you move from A to B, you are literally moving to a different country. You have to start building new connections. Your old friends are no longer available around you. You have to appoint a new family doctor. You have to know your surrounding. You need to know your neighborhood, etc, etc. So this could be a bit challenging, especially if you're new in Canada and you're single, so you might feel a little bit lonely at the beginning. Second challenge, which is higher salary always means higher taxes. Most people don't understand when they get promoted or when they move from province to province for a higher salary, they might think that they're gonna just pay the same taxes, but this is actually incorrect. When you move or you get promoted and your salary goes up, you will end up paying more taxes. This is actually disappointing because you have invested in yourself and you have a great experience and you have spent so much money in your education. However, you are going to end up paying more taxes because you're earning more income. So my advice to you is make your own research to the province that you're going to, understand the tax brackets and see how much are they gonna take out from your salary. Or the second thing that I suggest is reach out to your employer and ask to get connected to the payroll or the accounts team just to understand how much are you gonna keep and how much are you gonna pay in terms of taxes. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. Third, the Canadian experience is always more important than your foreign education. So I have been witnessing this for the last many years, and unfortunately the Canadian job market here is quite biased, and they always prefer people who have a Canadian experience or a Canadian education. If you're a new immigrant or you're planning to move soon, don't be surprised, don't be shocked if you get rejected. You might struggle at the beginning to find a decent job, especially within your field or expertise. That's why I suggest that you do proper research and try to look for jobs in advance. I personally know lots of my friends who have a degree in engineering. However, when they came here in Canada, they ended up working as security or as an Uber just to make a living, and then they were able to shift. So at the beginning, don't be surprised if you couldn't get in the same industry. Fourth is the healthcare system. I know the first thing comes to your mind would be, oh Ed, this is free, you don't have to pay anything. Yes, that's correct. It's free, but eventually you're paying for it from your taxes. That's why here we pay lots of taxes to get some free services, and one of them is the healthcare system. But is it really great? I mean, me being here for a long time, I witnessed that getting to a CE specialist, it's a real challenge here. You need to go through a certain process in order for you to go to see a specialist. So if you have a pain, a lower back pain or any joints issue, you need to see a family doctor, and he or she will give you paracetamol or Tylenol for literally every pain. So you will end up having lots of these medicine. Actually, unless you have a life-threatening condition or a major accident, they will not entertain you right away, and they will actually give you a time frame, or probably if you need a surgery which is a non-urgent, you could wait from a year to 2 years on the wait list until your turn comes and you get treated. Fifth is the climate. Probably you know Canada is well known to be a cold country. The good news and the bad news. The good news is we in Canada have 4 seasons, but the bad news is they are not proportionate. We might get 9 months winter, 1 month summer, and 1 month spring, etc. So if you've been living in a hot country or tropical country, let's say you're in California, Miami, or in coming from Southeast Asia and moving to Canada in the winter, whether in Alberta, Toronto, anything actually but not BC, especially in Vancouver, you have to get used to the weather. It can get really cold in the winter. Like when I was in Alberta, it used to get to minus 35 to 40. And when I was living in Dubai, I wasn't used to such a weather, and when I was living in such a cold weather, I was having some panic attacks and I was in shock because I didn't know what to do. It was super cold and the heater in the house was not working properly, so I was a bit confused, to be honest, whether I could live in such a weather. The other advice I would need to give you is try to find a new lifestyle in this new weather, whether skiing or like snowboarding or any kind of activity that you need to get yourself busy with, because winter is such a long season. However, the day is very short. You wake up, you go to job and it's dark, you come back and you hit home and it's dark. You basically don't see sun unless you work outside. So it's a long season, the days are quite short. I found this a bit depressing because some days I don't see the sun or the lights. Try to prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. How are you gonna adapt this new weather, especially if you're coming from a tropical or a hot country. 6 is the bureaucracy. This is a major issue here. It's a terminology, it's a system. I think it's available in Europe and in Canada, but I realize it's way exaggerated here in Canada. Everything you need to do in Canada, whether you're applying for a visa, whether you're applying for a job, or you're applying to even to go to the hospital, or you want to get a volunteer job, they will send you lots of documents. You have to go through them, legal, non-legal, you have to sign them, and then you have to mail the documents back. That's why the process takes forever here in Canada. So if you're not patient, I don't think you would survive in Canada. 7 and last is the car insurance. Okay, if you're living anywhere in Canada except Quebec, Quebec is considered probably the lowest car insurance you pay. However, if you live in Toronto or in Vancouver, be prepared to pay $200 to $300 each month if you don't have a driving history or any experience. My advice to you, if you have been driving or you have driving records, bring them with you from your home country. Bring anything that can show for how long you have been driving or your driving license, because the more the merrier. The more points you get, you will get more credits and your insurance premium would go down. The reason why the insurance here is quite expensive because the minimum coverage in Canada considered one of the best coverage in the States. Anyways guys, these are some of the few challenges that you might be encountering here as a new immigrant, especially if you're living or you're coming from different country or continent. Please let me know in the comments which one of these challenges that could be the most crucial for you, or if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer you. Hit the like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe to my channel to see all my other videos. I'll see you soon.